abandon something! Really do. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time of day it is to you guys. Welcome back to Bluudys Garage. I am the one and only Bluedy, and this is my garage. In this video, I have been searching for a CD player to uplift the centre console of my MR2 and hopefully make it a little bit more modern. Even though I want the car to be quite track orientated, I still like connectivity and being able to connect to like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and have touchscreen and be able to have sat nav and stuff like that, because I think that's what a lot of modern day cars have, and I feel like it's very much what most people need nowadays anyway, or want, shall I say. So I reached out to Auto Pumpkin and they have come up with a fantastic solution. I think it might blow some of you guys away, and this actual product itself can go into many different cars. It's not specific for my MR2 because it's a double DIN head unit, and once I get it out the box you will see it, and it's a little bit unbelievable, I will be honest. It's probably the best head unit I've ever had, and it may be a little bit too big for my MR2 because it is quite a small cockpit, but we're going to try and, well, it's going to fit in. It's whether it's going to look right in the MR2, don't know, but either way I'm very happy with it. Can't wait to get it unboxed and show you guys. So let's go ahead, quickly get it out of the box, quickly show you, and then we'll go ahead and get it installed in our MR2. So as you can see, here is our box. It says Car Multimedia Intelligence System. Pumpkin. It used to be called Auto Pumpkin, the company. I think they've rebranded under Pumpkin because I think it's shorter. But Auto Pumpkin, Pumpkin, whatever you want to call them, this is their head unit. We have a book and manuals, and already you can see that it has a screen. We have a bag of cables and brackets. I mean, it's crazy that we've got all these bits and bobs already. Yeah. And then it's the actual head unit itself, and I'm not sure if it's going to pull out or do I have to tip it upside down. Oh, we're pulling out, there's nothing else other than a piece of foam in the box, so I'm going to move the box out of the way. We are going to lay it on its side. Remove one foam. Remove two foam, but I'm actually place them there so I can put it down on something soft. And then it is the bag. Oh, look at this beauty. It is essentially a big giant tablet. I mean, it's a 10.1 inch screen. I mean, what more can you say? What more can you say, sorry. And there's a screen protector on there at the moment as well, which I can see, which is good. So how it mounts is, this is your normal double DIN, this is how much bigger it is than that. So this is the double DIN head unit, as you can see here. The screen itself does move. You have your left and right movement, you have up and down tilt, but then also there's brackets on the side. I believe you slide these out, slide them out, and then you can move it up and down on its actual mounting brackets. So you can go up, down, and then tilt left, right, and tilt up and down. So that is pretty cool, and that means it's going to fit in most cars. So you should be able to move it out the way of vents and things like that. On the back you have all the connections, so the connection for aerial, GPS, Wi-Fi, all the different other looms, which will have your RCA connectors, video inputs and outputs if it has them. There's the normal unit connection that has power and speakers. Everything has a lovely little diagram on there. It's spelt wrong, it's Android multimedia wiring diagram. These Chinese replicated products, as much as I like them because they are much better than they used to be, the spelling still seems to be something that they miss. But yeah, then we have the bag of all the different connectors, which we can go ahead and look at in more detail as and when we need them, but there is a lot of different wires there. Brackets are fitted, that's the microphone, that's the GPS receiver. These are video ins and outs, another loom for other wiring. In fact, that is a replacement of that, so if you needed to and you don't need this connection, you can make your own connection. So that's handy that you send you both, because they're both the same plug. So that is handy, but we should hope to be using that, but I don't know yet. Yeah, so this is camera stuff, and video stuff is the yellow stuff. The red and white is the sound for like subwoofers. But that is crazy, and if we turn it around, you can go ahead and see the size and the enormous screen that it is, because it is ridiculous. I'm just trying to move my camera in a nice way, but I don't think that worked. But look at the reflection. It's so big! It's so big! The only thing to do now is go ahead and get into the MR2 and start putting out the old unit, and then try and fit this one in. Awesome! So I'm inside a very warm MR2 at the moment. The sun is shining, and it's essentially like a greenhouse on wheels, because everything is just glass. It's bloody hot. I need to open that door. Stay open. Nope. Stay open. Yes. Let's try and get a bit of a breeze in. So let's have a look at what we have. So I have my Alpine head unit, and I'll be honest, as a head unit, it's brilliant. It works just fine, but I want more. I'd like Bluetooth and things like that, and unfortunately this head unit was brilliant 10, almost 15 years ago, but it's very basic in compared to what things can do nowadays. It works fantastically, and I will be saving this as like a backup head unit should I ever need it another time. But it needs to come out, and that means I need to try and prise it out of the dashboard because I don't have the correct keys for it. So that will be interesting. So normally you'd slide metal keys down here and down here, and then that would unlock it out of its cage, and it should slide out. I don't have them, so it's going to be difficult. Wish me luck. Okay, so I stand corrected. There's been some developments. I pulled the center console off, and that's all I had to do, pull it off. There is a flathead screw here, a flathead screw here, a positive screw, and then this wire, which must be an earth for something, and then another posi screw there, and then it should come out. So that is handy, but now I need a bigger screwdriver and a posi screwdriver. Okay, so the head unit pulled out, and then it left me with this big lot of wires, which is actually quite simple, because if you guys haven't watched the channel before, I actually have an amplifier which powers the speakers. So that wire there goes to the amplifier, and that sends the sound to the amplifier and then to the speakers. So I have actually no connection to the speakers at this head unit, because it should be plugged in here, because these colours here are your speaker wires, so they're not connected for that particular reason. I have the blue there for an amplifier remote on. I have this power, which is connected into some of this. So there's a power, there's an earth. Oh, where was that earth? Where's that little earth just gone? That's the aerial. There's not that many extra wires there. This is the original loom that I think in the past it's had another head unit, someone's chopped and spliced into it, but nothing of that is actually connected at the moment. So someone's pulled wires from somewhere else, potentially a better place. Well, I don't know if it would be, surely that would have been better, but there's some exposed wires and that, so I'm going to get this loom taped up so it's a bit safer, because everything's chopped and mangled. Get these pulled apart, and I can get this head unit out of the car then. That's quite easy. And it's got these brackets here, so if I can use these brackets on the other head unit, then we're in for a nice easy win-win business here, because then I can just drop it straight back in place. So fingers crossed, we might be alright. So the head unit is disconnected, and a quick explanation of the wires. So you can see this black here connects into this red, which was that earth that was attached to the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that straight back on there once we put the head unit back in, because it worked brilliantly. So that is the earth for the head unit. The power comes off of this brown, which is actually connected into this cigarette lighter. So that's an ignition live that connects into there. And then, sorry, is that an ignition live? Is that a permanent live? The permanent live. The ignition live connects onto this blue wire, which then goes up, and it's not connected to the same place, is it? No, it's behind there somewhere, but I can't actually see where the blue wire goes. Oh, hang on, blue wire goes up there. Can you see for the sun flare? So that's the ignition on that loom, which is for the hazard switch. And then, okay, so someone's done a bit of wiring, and I can live with that, I'll be honest. The wires are nice and long, and I can live with that. Take that up out of the way, tuck it down the dashboard, and then we can go ahead and get out of the head unit. Just once I'd like to start one of these videos and actually check that the battery on my camera is fully charged. It wasn't. I've had to stop for a bit and wait for it to charge up, which is a bit tedious. But anyway, it's not fully installed, but I have managed to put the brackets on the side of it. And you can see that it fits perfectly. Pull this back out, just like so. So on the sides of the unit, I've used my original brackets that came on the other head unit, because they are shaped and fit brilliantly, as you saw. It was in the hole perfectly fine. Now I just need to line up all the wires, get everything plugged in, plug all the looms on that I want, run any microphones and bits and bobs and stuff like that. And there's 2 USBs to hide as well. Might just bring them round into, oh, maybe not. Not sure where I might take them. Might take them down here and have them down here. Yeah, so I need to run bits and bobs. Yeah, should fit nicely. I'm quite impressed. Right, I'm gonna crack on with all this wiring and business, and yeah, so we'll do that. So if you was watching the time lapse of me just doing all the wires, as you can see, nothing's in yet, but everything is a bit hot in here. And I do have quite a semi-flat battery. But oh, she's on. Oh yeah, I ain't plugged the radio in yet. Oh, I ain't plugged the speakers in either. The speakers are still loose at the back. Right, but I know the power works. I do need to connect the speakers. Oh, and this unit doesn't have, well, it didn't come with a DAB radio, you know, the aerial bit, but I do have one. Can it have DAB? Yes, it can. We have DAB there. I'll be able to put DAB in my freaking MR2. Oh, look at it. Look how good it looks. It's so big. They always come with freaking torque as well. Not that I can use that on this car. Oh, no, I don't want instructions. Or do I? Well, I guess it's pretty handy that all this stuff is in there. But, I generally think, why is it dipping? Like I said, I have a semi-flat battery. Like, my car won't start at the moment. But am I covering something up? A sensor or something? No. Might have to stick my car on charge, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna go and get my car plugged in on a charger, because obviously I don't want anyone to get any bad ideas for this unit because my battery's low. So it's just updated the date, but the time's wrong. But it has got the date right. Let me get that power plugged on and the speakers plugged in, and we can test that then. Sounds good. Go. Stop that. You stop that. Right, well, it's it works. It works fine. Works great. Just need to put all those wires into the dashboard now and mount it properly. If anyone wanted to have a look what these other wires were, you have back C. What's back C? Back car. What is that one? I can't freaking bend it. Back car. I'm not sure what that one is. Ground. K2. These are all listed in what the book are. You got K1. You got brake. You got amp connection. But obviously we've got ours done differently. Yeah, so I just need to put everything back in. Slot everything into the hole, take that out, put it in, put it back in again, and then mount the screen properly. But last. So I don't know if I've shown you the wire, but that is the plug on the back. You just press in the two sides and it pulls off. Like I said, it's good that you can take the screen off because obviously you need to mount it. It's not something that I think you're supposed to take off a lot. It's not like a really secure, robust clip. But theoretically, if they could make one with a robust clip, you could take your screen off. It's like taking your tablet inside the house then. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else left to connect. I think that's everything connected onto it. I need to hide my microphone somewhere. I don't really know where I want to put the microphone, I'll be honest. I'm not sure. I mean, there's a microphone on the front. So do I need the back one as well? I'm not sure. I could do with testing this. But I'll put it in for now and probably just hide it so I can then get to it at a later date. Right, I'll put you back on the top shelf and get all this put in. Yeah, that looks huge. But now you can see it's you know, the full tilt motion, up, down. Might be a bit more movement if you had a slightly different shaped dashboard. If I drop that there, if I grab these clips on the back, you can slide it down, it'll lock in place. You know, you can angle it up more, I suppose, and then if I grab them again, slide it all. Oh, I've gone too far. Slide it up to the top clip. You can obviously angle it up, angle it down. You know, I'm gonna go with it about there and see how. I might go down one. I can see my buttons. Let's lift the camera up. I can see my buttons underneath, and I'm getting half the vents. So I suppose, you know, right now I'm fine with that. And then in theory, it should be working. Yes. There we go. We got the pumpkin. And that was actually a relatively easy install. Just chuck these bits and bobs in there. My 30-year-old cigarette lighter on there. Android is starting. We've got this auxiliary lead to plug in. No, sorry, not to plug in, to put in there. No. You need to shut. And shut. There we go. And there we are back and it's fully installed. How awesome is that? I'm buzzing about this. And I don't know if I can change the background pictures or anything, but at some point, if I can, I want to get a picture of like the MR2 as its background, if I can do that. Because why would you not want to do that? Storage is just 12.5 gig free. So theoretically I should be able to, oh look, photos and videos. There's nothing in it. Oh, images. What's the one image in it? Maybe it's not, maybe it's a file. Yeah. Yeah, there's no games, other apps moving. Yeah. Cool. Right, so that was the install of my big giant ass screen. I'm going to play around with it and get used to it, and then I'll do a bit more videoing on this once I can show you some of its features. It's all installed and it looks freaking sweet. We have Dave as his background of himself, so there's a picture of himself on himself. Freaking love it. Of all the all the jazz of the normal stuff that you could do, like DAB and Bluetooth and navigation. You can plug in for cameras and whatever else you want to do. Yeah, Bluetooth music. Does that link you to? Yeah, it takes you to that. That's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that app before. And you can install what you want. Why the hell would you not want an Android unit in your car? Maybe if you're an Apple fan, but you know, I'm an Android man. Android through and through. Well, it's all installed. Everything's nice and tight. Screen moves around as it should do. You can slide it up and down, but I need two hands because you need to pull the things out and then slide it up and down. Which if I mount this here, that's my camera moving, so to scare everyone. Move that there. I get the clips behind. You can see me sliding it up and you can see me sliding it down. Locks in place. So now I've got my vents and I can't see anything. I can just do heat. And I seem to have like a 50-50 mix there. And my microphone's just hanging below for the time being until I know where I want to mount it. So that is that. That has been the head unit from Pumpkin installed in my MR2. Dave absolutely loves it. It's bringing Dave's interior cockpit now into like 21st century in terms of gadgets, because even though it had an Alpine unit in before, which is obviously better than its original one, which probably would have been a cassette, this is better again. This is the next upgrade, next one down the line. And yes, the screen is pretty big, but you know what? I think it suits the cockpit. It fits, it works. Any bigger and it probably wouldn't work. And it's smaller you could get away with, but you know, I like big, you know, 10-inch, 10.1-inch screen. Why would you not want that? I hope you've enjoyed this install, and there is a full review on the unit and the bits and bobs that you can do and all the unboxing and that. Link for that will be in the description. That's over on my other channel, which is Tall Guy Reviews. Check that out. And the link for the head unit, in case you're interested, will be in the description as well. Make sure you check that out. Good God, I'm getting blinded by the sun. The sun's just come out. I can't even see. Make sure you stay humble. And I'll see you in another video soon. I've just took Dave on track, so I have some track videos. Bloody hellfire! To make and come out, and they'll be out very soon. I've also done the NC500. And I'm making a couple of videos. A couple of them are time-lapse videos of the route, and like one of them is like the best bits of what I think is the best bits of what the view on the route. They will be over on either this channel. I think the main NC500 one will be on this channel, but then the time-lapse of the route will be over on Bluudys Garage Extra. But I haven't made them yet. I'm still in process of making them because there's a lot of footage to go through because it's 500 odd miles worth of footage. Yeah, enough. I'm going to go in my garage now and I'm going to play around with my welder because I've got bits and bobs to play around with. And I want to put a shout out already to Kyle Williams. He's a friend I've had on Facebook for a long time, and he's another YouTuber, much more successful than I am, but he does his own fabrication work and he started from nothing, and I've seen his posts and his videos of his welding, and now it's freaking awesome. You've inspired me to do some welding, so you know, I'm going to start doing some welding now. I'm going to learn. So thank you for that. Right, take care, stay humble. I'll see you all in a new video, guys. Bye! I mended something! Really do.